So it's usually hard to understand Africa, either for Africans as for foreigners. I personally struggled a lot for me to understand Africa in its diversity. So today I'm going to give you a way which is so easy to understand Africa despite how huge it is. So Africa, it's a very huge continent having 54 countries, and with all that, there are probabilities that 54 countries will host more people that it's hard to understand each of them. So I have my own way in which I personalized, which makes it easy for me to understand one country or another from Africa. And this method which I'm going to give have been made by the United Nations, which also, according to me, makes it easy to understand. And it's a breakdown system which have been there for a long time, and it's just based on regions of Africa. Regions of Africa are basically the thing which can make you understand Africa in an easy way. The origins of different races, of different ethnicity groups in Africa, and also according to how they have been divided. Languages tends to be somehow similar, or cultures or other different things according to how those regions have been divided. But also out of those regions of Africa, I'm going to give one more which is not a region of Africa, but which I can say it's kind of the mixture of all those things in Africa. So the regions of Africa are basically so simple. It's just to take them the way they're divided. There is North Africa, there is East Africa, there is West Africa, there is Central Africa, and there is also Southern Africa. But as I said, I'm going to add one more which is not among these regions of Africa, which I'm going to take it to be the part of islands of Africa. So this division might not be perfect according to what I'm going to say, but for you to understand it easily, I'm going to explain it in the way I understand it, and I hope it's going to help you also to understand how Africa is divided. Starting with North Africa. North Africa have so many countries which I can say in majority they have so many people who are Afro-Asian, and these people cannot have the same skin color as Bantu or other people who, when people think of Africa, they generalize Africa to have those black people. And another thing is that this side of the continent have been since the 7th century a place where the Arab culture have been more practiced, which made it to look a little bit more Asian than Africa. And when people can meet someone like that, maybe at an airport or wherever it can be, they can think more of a Middle East person than an African person, because the general idea of Africa is black people. So countries like Egypt, Algeria, Tunisia, they may not have people who look exactly as black people, and majority we can see them looking Middle East countries. East Africa. Moving to East Africa, this is one of the places in Africa which is, I can say, which have a huge number of the mixture of many races in Africa, since it has Kushite, it has Bantu, and it has also Nilotics. And these people are, most of them originated from the eastern side of Africa, but the Bantu people are originated from the western side of Africa. The eastern side of Africa also contains many countries, which in majority of them, this place can now look to be a black Africa. So let me speak also about West Africa. West Africa is basically the origin of Bantu people, which many people confuse to be the Africans since they are black people. And these people, of course, they're the majority of the ethnicities in Africa, since black people have the majority of people in Africa, but they are not the only one who are in Africa. Central Africa. Central Africa is just an extension of, I can say, the West Africa, which had basically pygmies, but after on, Bantu came and invaded Central Africa to take the place, which today is now the place of Bantu people and pygmies, with countries like Congo and many others which are around there. And finally, let me end with the Southern Africa. Southern Africa, as it has been said, is the southern side of Africa. And this place also have Bantu people who originated from the West Africa, from the west side of Africa, came until to Southern Africa, but also another group which is found in the southern side of Africa. They are co-Asian. But in simple words, Bantu people are all over Africa, but mainly they can be found in West Africa, Central Africa, and until to the southern side of Africa. So this doesn't mean that there are no people outside of these people I just mentioned in Africa. There are so many, and due to colonization and other events which happened in Africa, many people came into Africa to do their business and other things, which also favorized the mixture of Bantu or any other race in Africa with foreigners. And this explains also why I added islands of Africa to be also another group of Africa which can be categorized among other kinds of Africans. And these people might not have a specific race which they can have, but they're just a mixture. For example, if you take islands like the islands of Comoros, they have so many people who we cannot say that they belong to a specific group, but they're just a mixture of so many groups. And since they're on the coast of the sea, it's easy for people who were coming for business or for any other thing to mix with themselves with locals who have been there. So with what I just gave, I hope I gave an explanation which is going to help you to understand how Africa can be divided. And this, my only goal of giving this is just to show to you how Africa is very diverse and very huge, in a way that you cannot say that you understand the whole Africa by just meeting black people or meeting only one person. Africa is so huge, Africa is very wide, and if you want to know more about Africa, you can make research about specific regions of Africa, since you cannot know about one specific place about Africa and think that's the whole Africa. So if this information have been useful to you, you can easily share it to other people and let that the world know about Africa.